Kurtz, those four in particular, are they close?
Algie and Bronson both look significantly different than what they had before. Yeah, better. And so I didn't notice as much with Nick and Jordan, but the other two for sure looked significantly better today.
Has Nick been practicing?
Today was his first day out with full pads and doing what everyone else is doing.
You've had the same 5 offensive linemen start every game. At this point of the season, would you say they've overachieved, met expectations? Where would you kind of assess where they're at?
I wouldn't say overachieved. I would say they are reaching expectations. That's where I'd put it. And we have high expectations for them, and I think they are reaching them. But it's taken, we played 4 games. I think now they're starting to get there.
One of the emphases after the last game was the defensive performance, particularly the ball in the air. Can you gauge that in practice, how that's improved, picked up?
Yeah, well, our practice format has allowed it. So we've just seen a ton of passes thrown, did a bunch of work against our offense in blitzing and protect, and as our offense can protect and we can go after the quarterback and just seeing the ball thrown downfield, which is great. And so certainly the focus has been there, not only by the staff, but by the players. So I'm pretty comfortable with the work that we've done. Whether that shows yet as much as we want, I'm not sure, but I love the chance we've had to address it.
It's been a long time since the defense had allowed, say, high 20s or low 30s in back-to-back games, but because the offense is scoring like it is, are you less concerned about that?
I'm less concerned from an overall game management standpoint. Now when I put on my offensive hat, which I'm in that role mostly right now, I love the amount of points we're scoring. Defensively, there's been some light shown on a few areas, either through inexperience or sometimes execution that need to be rectified for us to just, regardless of who we play and where we play him, to make sure we're in good shape.
Do you have any sort of relationship with Jim McMahon? Have you met him, talked to him? Or?
When we had our quarterback celebration a number of years ago, he came back, and then obviously the stories through my brother Matt, so I kind of knew him by reputation, but I was really impressed when Jim came back. He spoke to our team. I had some chance to speak with him one-on-one upstairs on the 3rd floor, and a lot of times what you hear and what you see just from afar is one thing, then what you experience up close is something different. And I would have loved him to be our quarterback. He's a competitive and a natural leader, I think.
Taysom did some national stuff last week. Do you get a sense of how he's being perceived nationally?
I think it's growing week by week, and certainly the number of games we've had on national TV have helped, and certainly our record is helping. And I think as that continues, that'll just grow. It's becoming, well, it's probably something we've had to manage at a higher level than maybe any other time in our program already, just because of the start we've had, but with Taysom.
You mentioned earlier that managing outside expectations just along the same lines was probably your biggest concern. Does a bye week kind of, lessen it or change it, even though you're still undefeated and still highly ranked and everything?
It's a nice break, just from maybe the frequency of questions, but it also it's really fun sometimes without a bye week. Rankings can go up and down and all that, and it's really interesting that you can move up without playing a game. So now that we're back again, it will just you're status quo again, which is a good problem to have. It's just it takes its toll on kind of our featured players, Taysom being one of them.
Does Taysom and Jamal penetrating that rush defense concern you at all, being ranked 4th in the nation?
Yeah, certainly. Utah State does a really nice job, and they're pretty elaborate. They love to pressure, and they love to do it exotically in different ways, and so it's more difficult to be consistent. It'll be more hit and miss, I think. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Brian.
Enjoy Take a date. Maybe. Or the whole family. 25.
Here we go.